As promised, we want to now take a more leisurely walk through Amoris Laetitia, the Pope's post-synodal apostolic exhortation on love and family. Chapter 1, he intends to be a scriptural look at love and family life. And if you've read other things from Pope Francis, you realize how beautifully he handles Scripture. And so what a wonderful place to start as he looks at some classic passages from love and family throughout the entire Scripture. But he does a particularly good job at grounding this in the Jewish Scriptures, starting all the way back with the book of Genesis. And he starts with the creation of humanity, man and woman, and the formation of the first families and, of the Jewish tradition. And he pulls from those scriptures beautiful imagery. He talks, for example, in one passage of the tenderness that exists in those early families, the struggles of those early families. So clearly, as he is looking at the Scripture and reflecting on Scripture and what it has said to so many generations that precede us, he's also looking with a view toward contemporary life and saying that the struggles that we face in today's families and today's married life are not all that different from the problems that have always plagued folks who are married. The value of work, but also the pressure of work, the need to do everything we can to survive, and that these are not new stressors in family life. So this first chapter on Scripture is very, very well done, and it's very, very beautifully written. So I would encourage you, if you haven't had a chance to read the entire document yet, break it up into sections. And probably the first one to start with would be chapter 1. A lot of people are suggesting to go to later chapters. If you're married, to go to chapter 3 and 4, for example. I somewhat disagree with that. I would say start where the Pope intended us to start. Try to read it through his lens. And for him, as for all of us who are Christians, all of us who are Catholics, that begins with Scripture. And what are the insights of our tradition as we then develop a theology of marriage, a theology of family life? Next week, we'll take a look at chapter 2 of this document, and we'll go into more detail of what the Pope has to say there.